Welcome back. I'm Chef Luis Cortez, owner of Savor and Gather Personal Chef Services. Today, we're going to do a flan. It's a caramel custard. We do it a lot in Puerto Rico, and I'm sure in a lot of other Latin countries, it's done too. English, caramel custard. We call it a flan in Puerto Rico. So, I'm going to give you a little rundown of the ingredients. We have some regular whole milk. We have some evaporated milk. We have some condensed milk. We have cream cheese, some vanilla, eggs, whole eggs, and we have sugar, 2 times some granulated sugar twice, and some water because we're gonna make some caramel to put on the bottom of our mold. So, and we have some berries just to decorate a little bit, and some whipped cream in my canister. So we're gonna start with making some caramel for our mold. The caramel, this is basically the inverse of a creme brulee. Creme brulee, you do the caramel part on the top. This one, caramel goes on the bottom. So we're gonna start the caramel. We're gonna put just a little bit of water in there, not too much, maybe about a tablespoon of water, and get that up and going and cooking a little bit. Mix that in a little bit. Put it about a medium high heat. Mix that in with the water. Okay. Let that start to caramelize little by little. So once this is caramelized, we're going to put that on the bottom of our pan here. And I got my oven set at 375. So once we get all our ingredients, we're going to put the rest of our ingredients in here, blend it up, and then after the caramel cools for a couple minutes, then we're going to put it over the caramel. Let's wait for our caramel to get processed and get it to a point where it's golden brown but not burnt, because there's a difference. Get it burnt, it's kind of bitter and sour, and it just doesn't taste right. When it's brown and it's that caramel color, then it's much better. It's sweet, it stays sweet. You have little bit of note of that tone of kind of, well, caramel. So while this starts to caramelize, let's get our flan started, or our caramel custard started. So what we do is I take an egg and I break them open separately, just in case one of the eggs are not good. You don't have to throw away the whole recipe. Okay, you gotta keep stirring this so it doesn't burn. Let me lower this a little bit. Okay, I believe we're getting close. So I gotta control this. Okay. There we go. That's the color that you would want it to be. A nice brownish tone, not really dark and black. So just remember, you got something called carryover cooking, that it keeps cooking because the heat on the pan is going to keep projecting heat for a few minutes, few seconds, whatever it may be, depending on the density of the pan. Now we take this and we make sure we get our bottom coated and just a little bit of the side. While it's still hot, because you got to do this while it's hot so you're able to manipulate it a little bit and get it to move around the pan. So here we go. Okay, let that cool off for a few minutes and we'll keep in our process here. So we put our eggs in, I'll put my cream cheese in. I'll put my sugar and my vanilla. And then we got our condensed milk. That's pretty thick. This is a lot of sugar too. This is basically just almost pure sugar. So that's why I don't add that much sugar to it. And obviously, it depends on the taste buds of the people that are eating it. You can add less if the people you're serving don't like too sugary desserts. Now we'll go in with our evaporated milk. And our whole milk. As usual, when it comes to desserts, it's always good to put a little bit of salt to balance out that sweetness. I'll just put about 3 pinches of salt. And that's some pink salt. I use pink salt. You can use the salt you like. And cover. And we just blend it. Probably 30 seconds. And now we go into our mold here. Fairly simple, straightforward. Then we take this, we put what we call a bain-marie. We put a pan with water underneath, basically something similar to this. Water, put it in here, in the oven, 375 for, I would say, about an hour or an hour and 15 minutes. So I have one already made. So I'm just gonna unmold this here, and then I flip it over. I just push the sides in, flip it over. So now I'm gonna cut to plate it. Take some of that caramel, put it on top. So we take our strawberry as more of a garnishing element. Obviously, it can be eaten. Put it on the side. And maybe a few berries. And then we'll put a little bit of our whipped cream on top. And so now we have our caramel custard with some berries and a little bit of whipped cream. That's our, I guess, Puerto Rican flan. So please share, like, and subscribe. I'm Chef Luis Cortez with Savor and Gather Personal Chef Services. Thank you. Come again.